Good evening and salutations, my BNP fans. So, this episode was something. I'm going to start with the best part, or my favorite part, 1 second. And that is the Brook and Hope scene, which I'm going to be honest, they kind of drew out that scene longer than it needed to be. And then there was points where Hope was sitting there thinking that Brooke got her to drink. And then Hope, once again, after Brooke was like, no, I decided to do it and he tried to stop me. Hope once again said, I wish he would have stopped you. Did you not just hear what she just said? She literally said that he tried and she wouldn't let him. Hell, actually, to tell you the truth, she even said, I'm the one that got him to drink. So, I'm just wondering what kind of energy is she going to be coming at Deacon with because you literally heard it from her. And of course, in the beginning, it starts off all kind of slow. So, Douglas is sitting there saying that you were kissing Sandy. You want to sit there and tell me what that's about? And of course, she repeats the question like she's stalling. And I'm like, come on. We only got 19 minutes. Let's just kind of get to this. But she does. She tells everything. She said that she was drinking. She was upset that she couldn't see Rich from New Year's Eve, even though he was on the other side of the planet. Um, and so yeah, she said that they kissed. It wasn't really a big deal. Even Hope was like, listen, whatever. It wasn't a big deal. It was one kiss. You were drunk, and it is what it is. But then Brooke is like, well, there's something else, and she talks about the fact that they were both in the bed together. Well, I'm sorry. Um, Brooke was under the covers, and Deacon was on top of the covers. So it's a lot less innocent because he was on top of the covers. So I mean, it's practically like nothing really happened. I don't understand what the hell Reach would actually get upset about. I mean, he was on top of the covers. Um, yeah, when she said that, I was like, "Yo, are you sure nothing else happened?" Um, And so now she's all freaking out and stuff like that. And at least now Hope understands why. And Hope was like, thank you for sitting there telling me. But I was like, what do you mean, thank you for sitting there telling her? She wouldn't have told you anything if Douglas didn't sit there and see it firsthand. So what are you thanking her for? It almost sounds like, thank you for your honesty. I mean, you've been lying to me for like the past 2 weeks, but thank you for your honesty. So now, Brooke is all freaking out. She's like, if he finds out, I'm going to lose my husband, I'm going to lose my marriage, blah, 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 blah. Yep. You already know I'm going to sit there and Paris and Carter. It just starts off with them just making out. I'm about to call him Zendaya. Paris with that stupid look on her face. Like she's. I don't even know how to sit there and describe it. It's just one of those things where she just looks like she's just thinking for a really long time. Or like somebody asked her a question and she has to really think. The point is, she just has one of those looks on her face where she just looks like, huh? What? What's going on? Like that kind of look. So Paris with the stupid look on her face, Carter there, and they're both kissing and stuff like that. Carter looked like he is in heaven. Um, They're both making out, and then they keep stopping. And there was one point where they stop kissing, but he like grabs her head and just holds it there, and she's just like, and I'm just like, listen, I get it, it's a fantasy, but can you imagine somebody just sitting there just holding your head for that long like that? Like, why would you do that for? It's just, and that was going on for like a good 10 seconds. I'm like, bro, you gonna let go of her head or you gonna pop it up? What are you gonna do? But then they stop, and you know, Paris is like, well, no, there's one point where Carter's like, all right, so what are we gonna do about Zende? Okay, cool. So, what are you going to do about Zende? You're going to sit there and sit him down. You're going to talk to him one at a time. You're going to sit there and break the news and just kind of be like, yo, bro, we're just going to be honest with you. What's going to go on? What is the plan? Nah, we don't do that. All Paris does is sit there and says, well, I'm so glad that he's out there with that supermodel. And, he understands that, we're young and we're single and, I'm not ready to be tied down yet. And, I think he gets it. Really, Paris? Really? That's your, that's you too, bro? I'm sitting there like, so, alright, here's the thing. If Zende knew about this, and he was like, all right, listen, it's fine, whatever, I'm not too happy about it, but okay, do you. Cool. I wouldn't even be having this much of an issue with this whole scene with her. But the fact, or with him. But the fact of the matter is, they're both doing it behind his back. And I doubt that one of them is going to sit there and say anything. They're just going to sit there and keep doing it and be like, well, he understands that we're young and single and everything like that. And I'm like, I have a feeling that here's the thing. She says that he's cool with it. But would he be cool with it if he knew who she was seeing? Like, would he be okay with it? Because I have I feel that she knows that he's not going to be okay with it. I feel that she knows that he's going to sit there and be mad about it, and so she's not going to say anything. She's just going to go behind his back, and then when everything comes out, she's just going to sit there and say, "Well, I told you that I didn't want anything serious, and I'm young and single." Like she's going to use that BS excuse, and then Zendy's going to hit her with the truth. That truth being, cool. Why can you be honest with me? Why can you sit there and tell me who you were seeing? Why can you even do that? Why you have to sit there and go behind my back? And the same thing with Carter. Carter wants to sit there and that's the thing that's really messed up about Carter. And granted, I didn't watch it when he first initially did that with Eric. Okay. But the fact of the matter is, it seems like this dude has no problem smiling in your face and stabbing you in the back. And then when the truth comes out, he'll stand there and be like, yeah, man, I'm so sorry, like, I love you like a father, Erica has been, like, really great to me. Really, bro? Really? Because I'm pretty sure you didn't walk up to him and you didn't sit there and say, hey, listen, I gotta sit there and tell you something. I'm pretty sure he found out, he was angry, he was hurt, but then for some odd reason, he decides to say, all right, it's your turn. But my point is, that's the type of guy that Carter comes across to me. Look you right in the face, stab you right in the back. And Paris is just a flake. So, in reality, they actually deserve each other. You ever seen two people that just seem like they're just so messed up and just so out of touch with how things work in reality? And if they weren't with somebody just as equally bad, they can wind up hurting somebody who's a really good person. Like, I was just gonna say like Zende, but I'm pretty sure he's done his share of dirt. My point is, hmm, you know what? In a lot of ways, this kind of reminds me of Days of Our Lives with EJ and Sammy. Like, they're both just all kinds of terrible people. I mean, I like EJ, he's my guy, but he's kind of a terrible person. And the same thing with Sammy. And it's one of those things that was like, I'd rather them be together than for y'all to sit there and inflict your misery and pain on other people. So I'll just leave it at that. And the last scene is Steffi and Thomas and Ridge. Steffi and Thomas and Ridge and Taylor. And to be honest, nothing really happened. Well, that's not true. There's one point where the family's all there and they're laughing and stuff like that. And, Steffi's like, we should all get dinner tonight. And Thomas is like, I'm in. And Taylor's like, I'll move some stuff around. And then Steffi's like, all right, Dad, what's going on? And Rich is like, listen, I'll check my schedule and I'll see. And Steffi was like, you check your schedule or you check with Brooke. And granted, when Taylor was like, she definitely doesn't do subtlety. I mean, she just said that she just put him right on the spot in front of both of them. Like, so what's going on? You gonna choose Brooke over your own family? You gonna choose the Logans? Like that's not. I felt like that was the type of energy that she really wanted to unload on them. So they go back and forth for a little bit, and you can just tell it's just very tense and very awkward. You ever just been in one of those situations when you see two people like kind of arguing or kind of sniping at each other, and it's like you're in that proximity, so it's like you feel weird if you don't say something, but you feel weird for saying something, so you just choose the latter. And that's what it was like for both of those two. And then, Steffi's like, yeah, I gotta get to this meeting or whatever. Thomas, let's go. And Thomas is like, oh, you mean that marketing meeting? Like that marketing meeting that has nothing to do with me? Because, I draw and I design. Oh, that meeting? Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna go to that meeting. That has nothing to do with me. So they leave, and Ridge and Taylor catch up. And at first, Taylor's like, "You want to talk about Brooke," but he doesn't because that's he's not that they're putting out her business on Front Street. So I get that. But then Taylor starts talking about her regrets and the reason why she stayed away so long after being shot by Sheila. And I gotta sit there and say, if somebody shoots me, I'm not. We ain't cool. Um, we ain't cool. So I mean, granted, I get Steffi's energy, but with that being said, she's like, why did I stay? Like I asked my questions. I asked myself, why did I stay so long? Why did I stay away so long? And to be honest, she said it was because of Brooke, because of what could have been, but it never happened. So she just has that regret on her mind, and that's been her main reason or why she chose not to come back to, like LA. So there you go. I mean, granted, it wasn't like rocket science. I mean, Steffi already knew. Um, and how, to be honest, I think Reg even knew. Yep. I think that's actually about it. Wasn't a great episode. Wasn't terrible. Like I said, the best part for me was the Brooke and Hope scene, and then everything else just kind of just trickled down. It's not they're thinking like, well, what was the well? Actually, try to cheer for already know that answer. And that was the Paris and Carter scene because Carter, like I said, Paris. I've been saying that for about a good week. Yeah, I've been saying that for a week. Actually, longer than a week. So yeah. So with that being said, I'm gonna go. I want to thank everyone for watching. Be safe. Let me know your thoughts on in the comment section below, and I will see you in the next video.